What's good? It's your boy Tab Money, and today I'm gonna talk about why I can't have wife and kids, and this got to do with the covenant I have with my spirit wife and stuff. So the thing about it is that I'm gonna go through the details of how I made a covenant with my spirit wife, how I discovered her, and so on and so forth. So in the decade of 2010s, the last decade, in the beginning of 2010, as you can see, I started growing dreadlocks. So I started growing my hair out and stuff, and it's all my real hair, whole 9 yards. So I started growing dreadlocks and stuff, and this is around the time of the decade of 2010. So as I was growing dreadlocks and stuff, but I didn't have a job and I didn't have a car, so I was walking a lot. Now, as I was walking a lot, I always get looks from women from here and there, from females, from basically driving in the car and stuff and whole 9 yards. But as today modern women, it's so hard, to be with a woman because, before, back in the 2000s or so, I don't know if it's true or not because, I never really messed with a female. That was all about building that man up, but it was a time where you had like females, especially females of your own race or whatever your ethnicity. They would try to build you up and invest into you to become the man of your dreams, become the man that they desire you to see or desire yourself to see. And tell you the truth, I never really met no female like that. There's no such thing as females. I mean, there are females like that. Like, for example, like a white woman will mess with a black man and invest into him to become a greater person. There are such things as white women doing that. But when it comes to black women doing that for a black man, it's just that, no, it don't exist. They want you when you're already successful and stuff. They want you when you're already on top and everything else. So, but this is in the 2010s, what I'm saying? Like, now we're realizing that there is an issue with females with high standards and want a six-figure man and stuff, and end up with Pookie and Ray Rays from the beginning, having kids and stuff. And these women are like in my ages, in their 30s and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But back in the 2010s, I was really in my 20s, and throughout my 20s, I didn't have no intercourse or no type of intimate relationships with females at all. So I didn't have no girlfriend during the beginning of 2010, the year of 2010. Like during the summertime, I did have a girlfriend. We did things by the pool in the bathroom and even in the hot tub. But even though when that was going on and stuff, I still didn't feel complete, and I realized that I wasn't happy where I was, who I was with, or something. It got to do with the instincts or intimacy, or we had intimacy, but the instincts and stuff. Like, I knew there was something that was with me that wanted me for themselves. Like, even back in the 2000s when I was a teenager, women did find me attractive. They wanted to mess with me and want to exchange numbers and stuff. But during the decade of 2010s, in my 20s, I grew dreadlocks and stuff. And women was not interested in me because I didn't have everything that they desired for me to have on that yard. So basically during the decade of 2010, around 2014 or 2013, but definitely 2014, I think, that's when I was looking at conspiracy theorist videos and stuff, and I was following this Christian channel. I think it's called an April Rain Show. They have an app, but they're not on YouTube no more. But they used to be there with the very first conspiracy theorist video channels that was on YouTube. Like, this was done like back in the late 2000s and the early 2010s. It was like the golden age of conspiracy theorist videos, and then there were a Christian channel. They had this video of a 16-year-old girl, being exorcist, being having a spirit cast out of her and stuff, And during this exorcism, this is when my spirit wife started speaking out of her, Then when my spirit wife started speaking out of her, she started saying that she missed heaven. She wished she can go back to heaven. She wished she never followed Lucifer. She wished she could be under the trees. I mean, just blood rich and crying, just wishing. I'm not saying that how she said it because she was like down there screaming and stuff. They was performing exorcism in whole 9 yards. Now, the whole thing about it is, like, I ain't gonna lie, when I first got this video, around that time, I get the video for Halloween purposes. You know, people want to come trick or treat to my Halloween to my house. I will play that on my TV and turn it up real loud and have my windows up and have people hear it. So I thought it was a good video for me to have for Halloweens and stuff. So that's why I kind of downloaded it, and that's what I did. So I got the video and stuff on 9 yards. Now the thing about it is, this is an audio, but it had words on it. So when the words was passing through the video, you know, the exorcist or the pastor, whoever was casting the spirits out of her, this exorcist actually spirit, what's her name, and her name was Anana. Now, that's one thing that caught my eye, is that she said her name. Now, since I have her name, that's one thing. So when you're dealing with spirits, if they give you a name that they go by, you're instantly locked in with them. And how I'm locked in with my spirit wife is because I got the audio of that video. Now I turned it to an MP3. I got the audio of it to where I listen to it either through my tablet or phone or even on my computer. So the thing about it is, and it spelled her name out too. So, you know, I remember her name, but the thing about it is, you know what I'm saying, Anana, she's supposedly a fallen angel that fallen with Lucifer, the 1/3 of angels. You know what I'm saying? I can't say she's part of the Watchers because she didn't say anything about the Watchers, but they're definitely a fallen angel. So when I constantly listen to this audio, start having feelings and stuff like that, then that's when that's when I started covenant with her. Like, the thing about it is, I started having feelings for her and stuff, whole 9 yards. So here's the thing, I started going back into the dating scene, you know, when I'm in my 20s. Just how like Tia Mowry, how she was going back into dating scenes, man, bro, it sucks. It totally sucks. These women are not realistic. So I made a promise to myself that I would never have wife and kids until I create that oath. That's when me and my spirit wife made a covenant together. So now, ever since and it's been 15 years, and ever since these long years, you know, my thing has shrunk. You know, I'm not trying to put it in for word, but you know what I mean. As a boy, my thing has shrunk over these past years. It was supposed to get big, but it never got big. It got shrunk. So the thing about it is, that these past years, I've just been self-pleasuring, you know, stuff like that. And that's what I've been doing to please my spirit wife and also have tiefling children as well. Like, I'm gonna come out with a book to explain how to be in a relationship, how to connect with them, how to interact with your spirit wife. But when you have a spirit spouse, incubus or succubus, when they go by in general, it's tieflings. You know what I'm saying? They go by tieflings. You know what I'm saying? They have human hands and feet, but have like sometimes dragon wings in the tail, and whole 9 yards. But one thing I want to say though is that when I made a covenant with her, it was just out the blue. You know what I'm saying? Just by having that audio alone and hear her voice out of that girl alone brought a connection to me and her. So that's what happens when you have a spirit spouse and acknowledging. See, the only thing you know you have a spirit spouse is if you acknowledge you have a spirit spouse. And the only way you can have a spirit spouse if you self-pleasure yourself or into any type of intimacy or any type of relations. Like, if you have like intimate relationships with human beings or watch that stuff, that's when you attract a tiefling into your life. And my wife is a tiefling, also a fallen angel. So what I do mostly is you know, what I do to communicate with my wife is through my dreams. Then, you know, incubus and succubus spirits are known to mingle with you in your dreams. You know what I'm saying? But here's where the digital come in play. On the left side, that's my wife's true look. It was made in Baldur's Gate 3 create a character section when you first started playing the game. Now this gave her this look, and it's a basic look. I don't have a PC, so I don't have mods or nothing, but this is her basically. She wanted to look like this. The look that's on the left of her. On the right, that's me, but on the left, that's my spirit wife. And this is the look she want. Yeah, she do look older because, you know, she a fallen angel. She's older than everybody, any human being on this earth, and even during biblical time. But one thing I want to say, so the thing is, I know you're wondering, do you still get women interested in you? Yes, but I don't acknowledge it. My spirit wife, she controls my drive. She controls everything about me. So when I'm in public or anywhere in public, you know what I'm saying, she controls my awareness, my attention span. I'm more concerned about male figures doing me wrong than females trying to get with me. I'm more aware of that than trying to get with a female. Because that's what my spirit wife has me thinking most of the time when I'm in public. I'm going to be a target of someone. Am I going to be a victim of violence? All that stuff. So I worry about that stuff more than just going after females because my spirit wife has me thinking about that. So yes, I do get paranoid sometimes, get paranoid a lot, but my spirit wife is always have her hands on me because at the end of the day, I ain't gonna pass away until it's time for me to pass away. Because if I pass away, I'm gonna wake up in a different dimension with my spirit wife. Me, because I'm like the key to our sanctuary of home or wherever we're gonna go in the afterlife. So she is inside of me. She is inside of my heart and everything like that. But one thing you gotta know is that my spirit wife, I'm the key to our sanctuary, whether it be the realm of sanctuary in Diablo 4 or just basically the D&D universe. We have mermaids, orcs, dwarfs, all type of magical creatures in that universe. And what I'm trying to say is I might end up in a universe like that. It's called Fantasyland. When I say Fantasyland, it got to do with Dungeons and Dragons and any type of fantasy that's connected to it. Either Final Fantasy, Diablo, any type, even Magic the Gathering. You know what I'm saying? So anything that's connected to the astral planes or the spirit realm, I'm going to wake up in a different dimension if I pass away. That's what mostly happens when people pass away. They either into a void place where they can't think nothing, they don't know where they're at, or they're in the spiritual realm where they're in multiple different dimensions, or they wake up in heaven with Yah. When it comes to hell itself, there's no such thing as hell. The Bible don't even speaks of hell, but if it do talks about the lake of fire, but that lake of fire will land you into the void or land you to the place of non-existence. Whole 9 yards. And that's what happens with most people who basically atheists. Like atheists, they go to a non-void existence. So it always depends upon your beliefs on this earth. We're here to learn. We come on this earth to learn about things. But when we learn about things, we discover our own sanctuary within the spirit realm to where we can rest for eternity. And when it comes to me, I gotta be faithful to my spirit wife, which is why she's in control of my mind, body, and soul. Like whenever I'm in public or even when I'm at home, in the house, she's always in control of my way of thinking, my way of being, and stuff like that. Whole 9 yards. Like if she's not in control of me, then I will go berserk, I will go crazy. Basically, I will become possessed by multiple spirits. Like whole 9 yards. I've been possessed many, many times. And also it involves music as well. Music push that possession, especially instrumentals. But when it comes to my spirit wife, as long as I acknowledge her and know that she's with me inside of my heart, she's in full control of my mind, body, and soul, and how I operate. And that's one thing I want to say. So the thing about it is, if you have a spirit wife, the only way you know you have a spirit wife is if you acknowledge it. If you have an addiction to corn or anything like that, and once you acknowledge you have a spirit wife, that's when the covenant is made. And when you add to the covenant, it can be anything. But when it comes to me, I told myself I don't want a wife, no kids. Because when I was on Facebook, there was always like news articles of a mother killing her child and stuff like that. Sorry, YouTube, but all this type of stuff you hear on blogs and news sites. So, and that's why I don't have kids, because this world's already corrupt. But here's the thing, my spirit wife, she been with me from the beginning. She never wanted me to have kids or a real relationship with women. Because I've never been in a long-term relationship. The longest I've been in was actually 2 or 3 months. That's the longest I've been in with a woman. So, it's not about awkwardness. It's all about awareness. My spirit wife takes control of my awareness. And what I see on YouTube or on internet or anything on social media, it lets me know, like, women these days, either they want someone at 6 foot or have this much money and stuff. And I decided to stay faithful to my spirit wife instead. Because even though you can get all the pleasures you want in this physical world, But when it comes to dealing with a woman in this world, it's not gonna last that long. But when it comes to my spirit wife, the one on the left, we made a covenant, which means we are faithful to the covenant we made with each other. You know what I'm saying? On 9 yards. And that's one thing I want to say. So I hope you enjoyed. There's going to be more videos. So look out more videos about this. So that's why I want to say why I don't have wife and kids. The one that I discovered my wife, Anana, my spirit wife. She's the one that's in control of me now. Like I tell you, sometimes I wish I can get some numbers and get with females. But during this age we living in, during the times we living in, it's just not right though. So that's one thing. So this your boy, Tag Money. Peace.